My camera angle ready, and YouTube gives maybe 5 seconds to get everything ready. And anyway, we're doing it. We're going live today. I'm super excited to be doing this. I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about summer goals and kicking off some of my goals and how we can do this together, okay? And I want to talk about planning the week, kind of planning some of those goals. And the reason why I'm planning for the summer, it's a new season. Today is June 21st, so officially the first day of summer. It's Father's Day. It's my brother-in-law's birthday. So a lot happening today. And even though we've had hot weather already, when did we had this hot spell back in, I want to say April, and it really scared me because I don't like the hot weather. And I thought, oh no, if it's already getting hot right now, what is it going to be like this summer? But it hasn't been that bad. It's definitely been bearable. So today we're kicking this off, our summer. I know, if you're a teacher or a student, you're on break for the summer, or maybe you're like me and you have kids, and during the school year, you're helping them with homework so much and running them around everywhere that when they're off for the summer, it makes you feel like you get a break. So that's where I'm at right now. And I'm looking at the next 2.5 months or so where I have an extra 3 hours a night to work on my stuff again, where when my kids were in elementary school, I felt like, hello, thanks for being here again. I felt like in elementary school, I had a little more time to do my own thing at night. And partially because my kids didn't really have homework at night, and they went to bed early. So the last, I'd say, couple of years, I have been a little bit more scrunched with time. So anyway, we're kicking off a summer series that I am calling the Summer Goals Series. I'm going to talk all about going for our goals together, and I'm calling it Summer Goals Series Living on Purpose. So we're not living just kind of willy-nilly. We're going to be intentional about going for what we want. And I'm going to go through some of the goals that I have. I'd like to say, hi Sky, thanks for being here. I'd like to say that, I know, it's so funny that you say your real name, because my name on my socials is the busy dreamer, and my name's Stephanie, by the way. And some people, they just comment, oh, hi, busy dreamer. And I'm like, how do they know? How do I get them to know my name? But anyway, introduce yourself like you did. So that's a good point. But I have 5 big goals that I'm going for this summer. And it sounds like a lot, and it is kind of a lot. And I'll go through them today. If you're wanting to go for your goals, I just encourage you to get a piece of paper, your notepad, maybe a journal, planner, whatever you want to do, because I always say writing it down is kind of like making a contract for yourself. And I write stuff down a lot. I do like to see it. I like to break it down into smaller pieces and kind of plan it. A lot of it's in the head, right? In our heads, and we think about it and we think, oh, I really want to do that. And sometimes it can get overwhelming when we're just thinking it, when we have it in our heads. Sometimes we don't really do it when it's just in our heads, right? Who does that? We all do that. We're like, well, it's kind of out there. This is the thing that I want to do. This is the goal that I want to go for someday, right? Someday. So hopefully I'm out here, I'm telling you what my goals are, not to boast, not to brag or anything, but to hopefully inspire you to get started, to do something this summer. Whether you have extra time or not, but we could take little snippets of our time and be purposeful and intentional with that time, and a little bit moves us forward. So I'll go ahead and say what my first goal is, and I haven't really announced this officially. So I'm an author. I go by the pen name Jean Shelby, not Stephanie, because at first when I started out here on YouTube, I didn't want people to know my name. I was gonna my kids were really young. I felt like I needed to be a little bit more secretive. And I just felt comfortable having a pen name. I started this channel talking about writing, but then it kind of changed. Hello, thanks for being here. It kind of changed because I kind of ran out of things to say with writing because I don't feel like a writing guru really. And I ran out of things to say. I was like, yep, I'm writing again, and yep, I'm editing again. So anyway, I have 3 books. I don't know if you can see them. I have 3 books out right now, and I am rewriting them a little bit and making them a cleaner series. So these are women's fiction books, and this first one is not my real cover. So I'm making them cleaner. They're women's fiction books, and like I just said, this is one of them, Coping with Yarn, and I love them. I love them how they are, but there are some scenes in them that I'm not super, not that I'm not proud of. I'm a little embarrassed about that. If some people picked these up, I would be a little embarrassed by people that I know reading them. And some of them I wrote, some I had an editor who was like, there needs to be some spice in these. There needs to be some spicy scenes. And I was like, okay, I guess, but I really didn't want them in there. So I'm rewriting them. I am having a Christian slant on these because recently I've had some, gosh, how do I even say it without like saying my whole story? Some advances, I guess, in my faith. I don't really know how to say it, to where I am getting into my religion more, and I want to make them a little bit cleaner. So this is my first task. My first big thing this summer is rewriting these 3 books and making them a little cleaner. Now, my family and I just got back from the coast, from the ocean, from camping, and I started to rewrite this one last week. And it's a good size novel, like it's a regular size. I'm almost done with this rewrite because I'm just reading it and not changing the whole thing. I'm just like taking out that sentence because it's not really appropriate. And in my mind, I'm thinking my daughters are like preteen and teenager. And I'm thinking if they were to read this, would I want them to read it? And would they say, Mom? And yes, they would with some of those. So this is plan number 1 is doing a easy rewrite with these. And some people that I've told, I haven't told very many people this, you guys are kind of the first ones. And they say, oh my gosh, that sounds like such a big task. And it does when you're thinking of it like, oh, I'm doing this huge rewrite and I've got to get it done and I'm just not going to stop until I get it done. Or it sounds daunting when you say it like that. Or you can say, I'm going to just take it 1 chapter at a time, do my rewrite just when I have time. I might have a little bit of time tonight to do it. And I'm going to take 20 minutes and work on it and focus on it. And it was a little bit hard to do this in the car, I'm not going to lie, on the way home because my husband was listening to music and the kids were talking to me and all of that. So, hi, thank you for being here. So we are going to get a pretty pen because I love my felt pens. I have my bag of pens and I love the felt tips, and I'm going to get my planner out. We're going to work on this a little bit together. So if you have your planner, I have my cat. My cat's wanting to jump on me right now. We were gone for a few days and they are just all over us right now. So I have my planner, and this brings me to my second goal for the summer. Okay, I made this planner. This was my project for the last year, I'd say, maybe 10 months. And guess what? I'm so excited. The shipment of these is coming Tuesday, as in day after tomorrow. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get these. So this is my sample. So yes, these are gonna be on sale. They're kind of on sale now. I just need to, hi Lindy, did you guys see Lindy? I don't know if you saw her. And she's gonna try and drink my water. Just as cats do, because our water is way better than theirs, let me tell you, right? So, so this is goal number 2 for me, is to get my planners and then just start like releasing them, marketing them, getting maybe some new pictures, getting my website a little bit more dialed in, which I don't know about you, like when I learn something, I'm like, oh good, I'm doing good with this. And then time goes by, maybe you don't work on it for a few weeks and then, or a few months, and then you go back to it, like the website, and I'm thinking, oh, I hope I remember how to do that. I might have to relearn some of it. But here's the thing, and I hope this helps wherever you are with your goals, with the things you're working on. You can always learn it, okay? I mean, probably your goal isn't to be an astronaut or a surgeon or something like that. That stuff, some things are, for me, that would be out of reach mentally, I think. But if you're wanting to write a book, or even design one of your own planners, or design some logos, or make a YouTube channel, or, you know, redo your backyard, redo your house, something like that. All of this is doable. And I'm proof of that. I'm not boasting. I'm just sharing that it can happen even if you're busy, okay? So the planner is called the Busy Dreamer Goal Planner. So we are busy dreamers. We have our goals. We're living intentionally and we're going for it. And I want to also say, I have a lot of goals this summer. I have 5 big goals. Thank you for the hearts. I love them. I have 5 big goals, and I was kind of getting a little overwhelmed with them the other day, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that, because I'm going to take my advice and say I'm going to do them one step at a time. And then the worst that can happen is I know I'm going to go for them. I know I'm going to spend time on them. The worst that can happen is that I don't get them all done all the way through. So it's okay to have those big lofty goals and maybe even a deadline for them, because the deadline comes and goes and time is going to go on after that. You can still maybe use that as a progress marker. That's your milestone time. How far have I gotten until that time? What did I accomplish? And that's why I like something like a planner, and it doesn't have to be my planner. I do have this digitally, by the way, but I do have in here, and I purposely have not filled a lot of this out because I want to do this with you too. But let me get to the part where I purposely have a brainstorm section where you brainstorm it, and then I have a progress tracker page. So like for goal 1, let's look at it. So you can write down everything that you can think of regarding this goal. So if it's writing a book or editing a book, I think, okay, first I have to think about how I want to rewrite it, and then put it to where I need to go through it, right? And do it. That's a huge one. That's the main one. But then after I'm done, excuse me, I have to make sure that the, what's the word that I'm looking for? The edits, no, not the edits, the format. The format is good, and re-upload it everywhere. Come out and say, you don't write on the first page. I know, I do that. I do that too. I leave the first, that's so funny. I leave the first page blank in my planners. But I want to do this with you. That's why I haven't filled them out, even though I'm gonna get a shipment of hundreds of them, so I can just grab another one if I need it. But this is gonna have, you know, I'm gonna market it. I'm gonna come out with some things, specials maybe, and go to bookstores and try and sell it that way. So anyway, so I have this progress tracker, and I think that is a fun way to see where you've started and put milestones on here. Maybe, you know, this has 5 rows. Maybe at the end of each row, you stop and you reflect and you say, where did I start? How far have I gotten? Maybe you need to change things up a little bit in the middle of working on something. That's totally fine. Change your direction, see what's been working, what hasn't been working, and then move on from there. So we've gone through 2 of my goals. Another goal that I have is YouTube, is to come out here more often. So going live like this and then having the replay out there is a video for me, and I haven't been very good about doing videos, and partly because I feel like these live videos are easy to do because I just hit record and I don't have to edit them after, and I can talk a little bit more fluently, I guess, on these lives. And then when I record for like long form videos, if you guys have YouTube channels out there, let me know if you do this. I get ready and I'm like getting my makeup and my hair done and I'm saying it out loud what I want to say. And it's going well. I'm like, ooh, there's a good point. And I write that down. There's a good point. And then I sit down to, oh, greetings from Spain. Thanks for being here. That's awesome. I sit down to record and I fumble my words and I sit here and I'm like, why don't I know what to say? And so usually doing a long form video, I have several takes. I'm doing it over and over again. And I'm like, and then I start to edit it and I think, oh my gosh, where was my energy with that one? Because if you think that your energy level is high on YouTube videos, it has to be higher. This is why people are kind of in your face in it, because when you watch it back, it's like, was I sleeping? Did I just wake up? Like, did I need some coffee or tea? What's happening? Because when I'm saying it, it sounds fine. So that's goal number 3 that I have for the summer, is to be out here more on YouTube. I mean, I'm gonna try and promote my planners and my books and connect with you. That is one of my main things, is that I want to share with you where I'm at in hopes to connect with you where you are and give you a little push, give you a little push to go for your goals. And I had my other goals, let me see, written down. Oh, where did I put them? Yeah. So I have a couple, actually, I think I have 6 goals. Anyway, with the YouTube, I think I'm gonna do a challenge. These are kind of hard, but they are fun, like an everyday challenge, maybe in the month of July. My birthday's in July. That gives me an extra boost. Come out every day with a video. So I think that would be fun if we could do that together. And I have a secret project. I'm not gonna reveal that right now, that I'm working on in the little cracks of time. Like literally if I'm making dinner and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna bring that up because I have an idea, and I write it down. So in the little cracks of time, I can do that. And then, I don't know about you guys, I need to clean my house. Like my house is a big project because I want to touch every cabinet and cupboard and like pull everything out and get rid of. So that's one thing. Yes, I always say go for our goals and dreams, and don't make it like, oh, I'm gonna clean out the pantry, because that's not necessarily a life fulfilling goal, right? But cleaning out a house or redecorating a room or something like that can bring us that joy that I try and I guess instill or show you or tell you about. That, you know, I'm gonna clean out this dresser drawer or something, but I'm gonna redecorate my room or redo this whole closet or this whole area. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, my last project. So I have my 3 books that I'm rewriting and making cleaner. Okay, one of the reasons why I'm doing that is, well, first of all, I feel like it's like a purposeful thing. I like coming out with my women's fiction books because they talk about women And they're kind of like what I'm doing, going for our goals. We're busy, we're doing all this stuff, but we have this dream to go for this other career or, and that's what this one is. I love this one because it's about Lisa going for her YouTube aspirations, but it's called Coping with Yarn is her YouTube name. And actually this is kind of based on my friend Lisa. So fun fact, she does have a Coping with Yarn channel. I don't think she does it anymore. But it's all about her going for that dream. And it's kind of a secret in the book. And then this one actually has two main characters. So that one's kind of fun. This one is about Zoe going for her dream of raising her boys and starting her business. And one of the reasons why I like doing this and why I am rewriting them kind of to be cleaner and wholesome and a little bit with a Christian slant is because I know that there are so many books out there with a lot of heated scenes. Okay, we'll just put it at that. I've read them, I've read a lot of them. I don't anymore. I kind of got tired of them, okay? And I heard that phrase a few times, is that, okay, can we kind of bring back some more wholesome books, some more wholesome reading where every page doesn't have to be this. And that's what I like my ears perked up with that. And I was like, yes, we can, I can help do that. So, I hope my husband's not home because I will be totally embarrassed if I'm going live and he's here. He's never watched one of my videos because he doesn't have YouTube. My husband doesn't have any social media on his phone. He could care less. So anyway, hopefully he won't come in because I'm gonna shoo him out if he does, or maybe this can break the ice and be like, hey, this is me on my YouTube channel. But my last goal 1 is re-releasing the books. Goal 2 is coming out with my planner. Goal 3 is YouTube and doing some channels, coming out here more frequently. And then I have the secret project that I'm not saying, and then I have the house project, and then I have another book that I want to release this summer, and it's called Switching to Light. I've already released it one time. And I took it down. I had 5 books out there and I took them all down to recover them because it went from something like this that was a little bit bland, like it's okay, to something more like that tells a little bit more of the story. I like this better. So I'm really glad that I did that whole project. But in doing that, it took some time to get the covers. And then, not that I fell out of writing, but I got replaced with doing planners. Never thought I would make my own planner, you guys. But that's kind of where our goals take us sometimes. Doing this and coming out with this gave me, even just one book, gave me that confidence of, oh, I can do it. I have all these stories. I have a Google Doc out there that is 80 storied ideas. I mean, I got started with it and they just kept flowing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write them down so I don't have to keep thinking about them in my head. And I did this project and I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the next one and the next one. And when it came to like this kind of project, designing this and coming out with it, I did a I can't think of it, a course called Print School. And the very next day, literally, I say this all the time because it was such a coincidence. I had the idea for this goal planner. I'm trying to make it so you can see it. And the very next day, I saw an ad for something called Print School and never heard of that before. So I took that as a sign. But because I had come out with these books, I had the confidence in knowing that I could do it, right? We do the one thing and it leads to another and another. And if I were starting with a big project, because this was a really big project and I'm still in the middle of it because I haven't received my big shipment yet, which is day after tomorrow. So exciting. I think this would have scared me a little bit, or just coming out with 5 books, like that would have scared me. But in taking it slower and breaking it down and allowing myself to go through the process and allowing myself to take courses and watch the videos one at a time and learn it and go through that whole thing. Yes, it takes a long time to write. It takes even longer to edit and edit again and again and again, which is what I was doing. And my family was like, it's fine. Hit publish, go forward. And I did. And then it got easier. You still have to work at it, right? We still have to work. And what I'm trying to say, don't be afraid to put a little bit of work into it. It's okay. We don't have to meet that August deadline. That deadline's gonna come and you can see how far you've gotten. And you can say, okay, my next deadline is in November. Okay, how far can I get until November? And anyway, I'm hoping that this will help you kind of set yourself up for the summer. And I want to ask a couple of questions. What do you want to see yourself accomplish by the end of August? What do you want to do this summer? Maybe it's take a course. Maybe you want to take a print school course like this, or a writing course, or you want to start your YouTube channel or start your Instagram or connect with other people in whatever area you're doing. One of my things is this planner, and it's kind of scary territory out there. I'm not great at marketing things. And my daughter's like, you need to market, and come out every day, 5 times a day. I'm like, well, okay. First of all, I don't have enough time to do that. And I don't want it to only be about that. I have to go back to my purpose. And that's one reason why I'm calling this Summer Goal Series Living on Purpose, is because, there's Lindy, is because I feel like having that reason behind it keeps me going. You get a nice cat back view. She's so excited we're home from camping, and Lindy, come here, honey. I'm sorry. Come here. Do you want to come see me? No, it's not going to be her idea to go on my lap, so she's going to go away, as always. So I'm hoping that you can sit down and give yourself some time to, you guys like the cat. I know, she's such a sweet kitty, and we have her sister also. This is Lindy, and we have Violet, and they're just the best cats. Like, they don't rip up the furniture. They kind of throw up sometimes, but my husband's like, as long as they hit the box, I'm happy. Like, that's all they have to do is go in the box. And anyway, they love the girls. They sleep with the girls. They're just wonderful. So anyway, I am hoping that this has inspired you a little bit to write a couple of your goals. Not be afraid of them, okay? You're strong, you're smart, you can take it one at a time. My mother-in-law says, we can only do one thing at a time. We only have 2 hands and 1 brain. So it's not an insult to say that you can't multitask, because you can literally only do one thing at a time. Have you ever tried to, I don't know, brush your teeth and do the laundry at the same time? You can't do it. So it's okay to focus on one thing. I know I've mentioned, I think, 6 of my goals. And that's the thing, that's what I was saying, is I'm really going to give these my all. And I'm gonna take you with me, failing or not failing, okay? I'm gonna just say it, hey, it's not working this week, or look how far I've gotten this week, and you can do it too. Or, hey, I'm not getting as far as I want, or I'm a little bit too scattered trying to do too many things, so let's break it down a little bit. So this week, on that note, I'm getting my planners on Tuesday. I'm getting my huge shipment of these pretty things. I just love this. I've got to say, I love my planner. Every time I take it out of the bag, I'm like, it's so beautiful. I love how it looks and feels and everything. Uh-oh, I'm gonna squish Lindy's tail in the book. So, before I get my planners, I need to work on my website. So I'm gonna write that down. So if you guys have a piece of paper or your own planner or journal, and get a pen, I'm gonna write down, I need to do website, and then I need to get my shipping stuff. And you might think, so I did a Kickstarter for my my planner, so I have some sales already, which is super exciting, and I'll take you along when I do my packing. You might think, why don't you already have your shipping stuff out there and ready? Well, because I wasn't sure how big to get it, because it's the planner here, and it's 7 by 9, and there's gonna be bubble wrap, and so I want an actual one, and Uline shipped same day, and I'll get it the next day probably, so it won't be that much of a delay. So that's one thing. And then before that, I'm editing this book, so I'm hoping to, you know, do this one chapter at a time. All right, this is a big task, but I'm hoping I'm gonna put before then, I like to do chapters and then put 2 boxes so I can check them off and do 2 chapters before then. I'm already coming out here, so this fulfills one of my goals, but I'm hoping that Tuesday I can also, it's not film. Ooh, am I out of the screen? No, it's not filming, it's record. I do the old school, and I'm not even that old. Record 1 video and probably 1 short. So this is kind of how I'm able to have the multiple goals, because I'm thinking through all of them, and I'm thinking, okay, what is one thing that I can do for each of those? And I know this sounds really silly. One goal is to clean out my attic again. I did it in the spring, and then I did it last fall, and then I just have to do it a lot because my kids have a lot of toys. And I bring out a box, and they think it is the most fun thing to go through that box. And they do it themselves. We don't want this pile, we want to keep this pile. So I'm bringing 1 box out. Lindy, I keep smashing your little tail. I don't think you care though. So did I scratch you? Did I make you itch? 1 box out. And then I know I mentioned my secret project, and I might be able to work on that a little bit. But yeah, I think that's it. So it's not overwhelming. I've put 1 thing that night, Monday night, a couple things Tuesday. Now here's the thing, I kind of do that and schedule it for early in the week, like schedule it, okay? Officially scheduling. Schedule it early in the week, and then if I don't get to it, I have the rest of the week. Let me show you what I'm looking at, you guys. Here's my weekly spread. I hope you can see it. I know, let me just show you one side of it. I know that the lighting isn't wonderful here, but this is what they look like. So I think it's beautiful, if I should say so myself. But yeah, if I don't get to it, I can just push it on to some of the rest of the week. So I hope that kind of inspires you. I want to know what you're working on. I always ask this in every video. I want to know what are the things that you're working on now? What are your big goals? What are your big ones, and what are your small ones? Because I think that my house is kind of a big goal, but also like an ongoing one, right? And it's kind of a smaller one, kind of a personal one. Some of these I want, like my books, my planners, YouTube. I feel like this is part of my purpose, is to come out here. It wasn't easy to come out here on YouTube in the beginning. I didn't like looking at myself. I didn't like listening to myself. I didn't tell anybody I was out here. But the more you do something, the easier it gets. It's really hard in the beginning. Maybe there's gonna be some bumps in the middle of it, but it does get easier. So those are my tips. I'm really hoping that you at least get something started. That can be grabbing a piece of paper, writing it down, typing it out, putting it in a notepad, however you do it, whichever way you want to do it. Maybe we even back it up from that. And oh, thank you. Yeah, my birthday is July 12th. So thank you. It's a very sweet message that you put there. And you know what? I'm going to screenshot it. I hope that works. Does it work on here? It does. Yay. Sorry, I'm all up close and personal. Okay. But that was very nice. Where was I? So yeah, I'm hoping that you write it down. If that's too much, even back it up a little bit and think about it. That's kind of how I got started with my books, is that these things would not leave me alone. My stories would not leave me alone. They kept going around and around in my head. And I would especially tell myself these stories before bed. And so do that. Make up a story of you doing the thing that you want to do and let it ruminate. Let you think through it. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen if you think about it. But the first action step can be to write it down. And then the next action step can be, what can be the first step that I take for this thing? And I'm hoping that that's exciting. I'm hoping that that lights you up and you think, I want to do that thing. That sounds fun. Because if you're not picking a goal that you want to do that sounds like fun, then kind of what's the point? Some things we have to do, right? That's not necessarily what I'm talking about, but there's so many things out there that you can do that I'm hoping will be fun for you. So I'm gonna end it there. Thank you for joining me, everybody who watched live, and then everybody who's watching in the rerun. It's not a rerun, you know what I mean. Replay, there we go, replay. It was a something. I'm almost to 1,400 subscribers, maybe more after this live. I usually get some more. So that's another goal, is to grow my YouTube just so I can reach more people. So thank you. If you're here, I'd love for you to stay around and subscribe, because I want to really be real with you and come out here and just meet you where you are and try and give you that little boost that you need to move forward just one step at a time. So I will see you guys in the next live, which will be a lot more this summer, because that's one of my goals. So I hope you have a great evening.